Hi Cancer, this is your reading for 18th to 24th of April. Just give these one last zip. It's really hard to shuffle these, they're just so big. Anyway, let's get to this. See what we've got. True Black deck, general reading. It's not all going to resonate, although to be entirely honest, I think there's only about 30 people on the planet that currently coming to my channel. So yeah, Cancer, let's see what we've got and we'll take it from there. Standard Celtic cross with the True Black deck. Gorgeous deck. We'll get some clarification on top of those as well. But let's just jump in. I love to see that. Three of Pentacles. Teamwork makes the dream work. In a relationship, this is all guns blazing. It's coming together. There's one pentacle sprinkling soil onto the ground, another one sprinkling seeds, another one pouring water, and an oak tree's growing. Just fantastic. What a great, this is one of those cards that really tells the story in this deck. Love to see that. The beautiful, desirable Queen of Wands. Yeah, a very interesting and active energy. Let's see. I mean, that's crossing the Pentacles, but it's a powerful card. Good to see that there. In the back, we've got the Six of Pentacles, which is the imbalance card. It's about, in this one, the three coins, the three pentacles are getting lots of attention. The three underneath are being ignored. And even on a more traditional deck, the coins are sort of, there's a lack of symmetry and there's definitely an imbalance there. So that's the near past. Near future, pentacles again. Sorrow, loss, misery. Yeah, that's one of those self-pitying cards. So we're going to get rid of that when we clarify it, because Cancer, you better than that. Let's just see. This is what you're thinking about the situation at the moment. This is kind of gut feeling celebration. It's freedom. Yeah, great cards have. So your gut is telling you that it's going to be pretty good, and then your head is telling you it's fate. In this card, in this deck, sorry, it's called Destiny. In a more regular deck, it's called the Wheel of Fortune. In the Wheel of Fortune, it's the train is in the station, or the Ferris wheel has come round and it's time for you to jump on board. And in a more traditional reading, it talks about the train is in the station, jump on, and you get there and go, there are three trains, what do I do? And my answer to you would be, get on the train. You go, which one? I'm going, get on the train. It's, obviously you don't want to get on the train to go north when you intended to go south, but maybe you do, and you go the wrong way and you have a fantastic time and you have an adventure and your world changes. In this reading, it's a bit more cathartic and a bit more left field. It talks about how the strands of fate are just pulled together and we aren't as in control of them as we think. So it could be that something comes at you next week, Cancer, that's kind of from nowhere and you weren't expecting it. There aren't any unexpected cards on this. So really, you've got some fantastic energy to begin with, and then you've got this. I mean, this is a great energy. This Queen of Wands is, of all the queens, she's kind of the most active, and she's certainly the most approachable. So it's that sort of pulling people in energy, new hobbies, new interests. A very interesting person, so it's an interesting energy. And then you've got this slightly, this sort of tempers. There's a merchant giving coins to one beggar but not to another, and it's a bit sort of, just because you've got the power to do that, just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. And then, like I say, this card is all about self-pity. It's in another more traditional Rider-Waite deck. It's two beggars walking past a stained glass window, and they're like, oh, woe is me, we're so poor, we got nothing on our feet. And you're like, that's the church, just turn the corner, they'll welcome you in, and they'll feed you and clothe you and give you some money and you'll be on your way and it'll be much better. The other thing about tarot as well is it's cyclical. It talks about our whole world, life, universe is one big cycle, and the tarot, the Fool goes from the zero and nothing and all or nothing all the way through to the last card in the Major Arcana, which is the World, and he goes through the portal and he goes to the next adventure. So this talks about, okay, it might not be great next week, but it's only a week, don't worry about it, don't let it become the big thing. So this is your current situation, Cloak and Dagger. I always think about this card. This is the Seven of Swords. It's a card of sort of deceit and underhandness and selfishness, and this one is referenced as Cloak and Dagger. But the biggest knife is being saved for the rat, for the traitor. So what I always say to people on this is, if there is something like that going on, either in love relationships or work relationships or anything like that, just be aware if something's going on, but definitely don't be the person that's doing it. Cancer, you're better than that. You need to step above and rise above it. It's just a warning, but that's how you see the situation. External influences that you can't do anything about, weirdly, is the Page of Wands, the Indiana Jones of the deck. This is her. She's making a portal down at the bottom there. She's just going to jump through. Doesn't know where she's going to end up, and I love that energy. It's a real. The train is in the station. Which train do I get on? She goes, I don't care. I'll pick the one on the left. I'll pick the one that's nearest. And off she goes. What a great energy. What a great attitude to have for a week. Wouldn't that be great to get up on Monday or Tuesday, because it's bank holiday in the UK? Get up on Tuesday and go, let's see where the day takes us, let's see what happens at work or what happens in this relationship. Really good. Hopes and fears, the Emperor. Very powerful, very masculine energy, which, again, it's not gender specific. That's just this sort of very stoic, very deliberate, very controlled, very ordered. Not sure what that means, so we'll clarify that. I mean, that's what it means. We're not sure what it means in a relationship. He's making a list in one hand and there's a prism forming in the other, which is obviously a very robust structure. So it's all about that order and control. Not in a negative way, it's about sort of, well, if we want to, I don't know, if we want to go to the zoo, we need to make sure we've got a packed lunch. We need to buy it the day before, so we're not running around like idiots with 20 minutes to go. So it's that kind of order and control. It's about making a structure to your day or to your week. And then the outcome is the Three of Swords. So that's, I always ask people, are you the sword or the heart? And it's also a card of healing. So again, we'll clarify this in just a second and find out which one that is. So what I can see here is, I'm not going to lie, there's some quite heavy energy on here. The Five of Pentacles. I'm not a big fan of the Six of Pentacles. The Three's great. The Queen's great. The Four of Wands is brilliant. Fate, as in Wheel of Fortune, I think is great. The Page of Wands. Absolutely love that. But I'm just a bit concerned about the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. I don't like to see negative cards in anyone's readings. And again, the outcome is a bit bleak and a bit sour. Okay. Underlying energy on the deck is the Three of Cups. Really good to see that. That is celebration, coming together. So you've got the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. So that's a really nice energy to find at the bottom there. So let's just clarify with this smaller version here. Let's see what we can see. Cancer. Let's get some clarity on those. I'm not shuffling till they fall out. I'm just giving a little bit of a shuffle here. Okay, on top of the Three of Pentacles, which again was the soil, the seeds and the water to grow something. Page of Pentacles. Love this one. She's seeing what she wants. Being naked in tarot, humans being naked, it's all about truth and honesty and authenticity. It's like, I've got nothing to be ashamed of. She's seeing something that she wants, whether that's, and again, by she, I mean female energy. This female energy is very, I've seen something that I want, I'm just going to reach up and grab it. And she pulls herself up one-handed, which is really quite tough to do. So there's some strength involved there as well. Great card on top of the three. Love to see the Page of Pentacles becoming one of my favourite cards in the deck. The High Priestess. This is all about going with your intuition. In this reading, very much on top of the Queen as well. Very much going with your own intuition of that. She's sat on a crescent moon. She's got a key, which is unknown secret. She's got a dowsing pendulum. It's all about that occult knowledge. And I don't mean that in a emphasis on the occult, but just the unknown, digging a little bit deeper. So yeah, I think that's a really powerful card to get. Those two cards on top of those two, that heart of the question here this week is really strong and really powerful. So if you were asking in a reading, how's my relationship going? I'd be like, the first bit was good. The clarification on the top was great. I mean, it's really good. But you got to listen to your heart. You got to listen to your intuition. And it's like, I don't think I should do that today. Don't do it. That's what it's telling you there. Recent past, Nine of Pentacles, affluence. This is the classy card, stay classy, Chicago, or whatever it was. But yeah, she's this cat on the top is ignoring her prey. She's above all that now. She's on a pedestal, fine gold silks. is about having it all. It's about having the Rolex watch and the Lamborghini, but through hard work. And also when you have those beautiful things, appreciating those beautiful things, and not having them to rub someone's nose in it, but just I work hard, I play hard, So that's a really good energy in your near past. Okay, and on top of the 5 as well, these clarifications are all lifting this reading. 2 of Wands, it's all about you got the whole world in your hands. I mean, on this one, there's 2 worlds. There's one with bees all around it, and then you've gone over there. This is the pioneering spirit. You found another world that there's just you on there, and you're harvesting all the benefit of that. So that's really nice to see there, the 2 of Wands. The sort of root of the matter, the tummy feeling, I think, rather than the head of the matter. So this is your subconscious and also what's going away. We have freedom of the 4 of Wands and that celebration, that kind of joyfulness. Judgment. Okay, it's time to be really honest, stand up and be counted on Judgment Day. So again, it's, to me, Judgment Day it is literally pointing at this card here. So that is saying to me, are you the nasty person, or are you calling out the nasty person? Now, come on, Cancer, you better than that. I really, really hope that you're on the cold light of day. You go, wasn't me, it was them, yeah, and let them have to deal with judgment. So that's what it is. In the cold light of day, you'll be called to account. I always think I would never say something about somebody that I wouldn't put in an email and send to my boss. If I can't do that, I shouldn't say it, and I certainly shouldn't email it. If you think somebody is a work shy fop, just tell them. Don't sit at the water cooler gossiping about them. Just do it. And if they're not, they'll tell you they're not. And if they are, maybe they change their ways, maybe they don't. You don't have to do it in a mean way. So yeah, it's about this judgment, cold light of day. On top of Destiny, we don't read that card. On top of Destiny, I've got the Ace of Swords. New start, not without some kind of not conflicts, but the Ace of Swords is all about intellect and intelligence. It's like what you need to do. Swords cut both ways. He's actually cutting through a bouquet of flowers as it comes through, and some of the flowers get cut because of it. That's the risk you take when it's sword cards. They're cathartic. They're not aggressive. That's not the right word. But the clarity, they really cut through all the nonsense and all the flubbery. It's a really nice card. So, pardon me, this is really powerful now. That's a really good energy for next week. On top of this, yeah, it's a balancing act. If you were telling lies and deceit about somebody, it's not sustainable. It's just not sustainable. This is about, balancing. It could be balancing money, but I'm really not seeing this as a money thing at all. This is very much about relationships, this one. Could be work relationships more than lovey-dovey stuff, because there's not a lot of cups here. That's not to say you can, it could not be, it could be about a relationship, but that's definitely about that ferret's very nimble and agile, and it can keep that balance going, but not forever. On top of my Indiana Jones off to a new adventure card, the Devil, impermanent pleasures. Make sure what you're doing is for the right reasons. And again, it sits above this Cloak and Dagger card. The Devil is all about, whispering into someone's ear and going, have another drink, have some more food, cheat on your partner, cook the books at work. There's all that kind of whispering, you'll get away with it. And what it's saying to you here is, by all means jump into the new adventure, but don't get dragged down into all these kind of, impermanent pleasures. There you go. On top of Hopes and Fears, we've got the Six of Cups. This one's talking about nostalgia and looking at the past with rose-coloured glasses a little bit. Inside there are sweets, or as the Americans call them, candies. They're delicious, but they don't sustain you. They're great for a treat, but, they're not a proper meal. So that's what happens when we look at the past sometimes. We go, oh, wasn't it great in, 2018? It's like, was it really? Or are you just looking at it like that differently? So just be aware. I think that energy there, those two, I would just be a little bit aware. You've got Cloak and Dagger, Devil, and that rose-coloured glasses. Like, things could have been better. Finally, we're doubling down on the Queen of Wands. So you've got that fantastic energy at the top there of that sort of drawing people towards you energy. That's what it is. So I think this week it's going to be really, really good. It's going to be far better than you think it is. I would just be really, really careful of judgment, the cold light of day, and don't get sidetracked by the whispers. You know, that the devil or the devil in us is always very good at going, put off till tomorrow, you know, what you could have done today, or yeah, why not have two beers instead of one? It's like, no, let's not do any of that. We're all better than that. You know, you've got some really powerful cards here. I would say the High Priestess and Judgment would be my two to take away from that, because you've got the Queen of Wands twice as well. Queen of Wands is all about that sort of what's the word? She's really active. She's really capable. She's intelligent. She draws people towards her. It's that drawing in energy that I keep thinking about when I think about this reading. So I think you're going to attract a lot of attention next week, but for all the right reasons, not the bad ones. Cancer, that's been a really interesting one. I will see you next Sunday for more of the same. Take care.